Welcome to the Synagogue of Groningen. My name is Marcel. I work here. This synagogue is located in the center of Groningen. Over there is the Volkingenstraat. It used to be the Jewish area. And in the heart of the Jewish area is this synagogue. You can see that it's a synagogue because it has Hebrew words over the entrance, which says you're blessed when you come in and you're blessed when you go out again. Many people think that this synagogue is a mosque because it was built in Oriental style, as you can see by these arches. And you can see that arches over there in the window too. And it seems to have two minarets, but it is really a synagogue built in 1906. We're standing in the middle of the synagogue now, but as you can see, if you please follow me, there is a gate in the middle of the synagogue. We call it Machitza. And behind the gate is totally different than what we have here. We have an exhibition here, now about Jewish composers in the Second World War, but over there we have the religious part of the synagogue. That is since the Second World War. Before the Second World War, 3,000 Jews lived here in this neighborhood in Groningen. After the Second World War, they were all gone, killed in the concentration camps. So after the Second World War, the decision was taken to put a fence over there, to have the Jewish community over there, and here this is public cultural room for concerts and exhibitions. This is where the actual synagogue starts. I, as a man, have to wear a yarmulke or a kippah on my head because this is the sacred space of the synagogue. This is the dedicated space where men have to wear something on their heads. If you please follow me, this is the part where the women sit. This is an Orthodox synagogue. Men and women have to sit separately. This is where the men are sitting. During a normal service here on Shabbat, on Saturday, there are about 20 to 25 people attending the service. During the service, one of the men is standing here. And the most important object in the whole synagogue is this. Do you have any idea what this is? This is not the Quran, not the Bible, but it has another name. It contains all the laws that Jews must abide. 613 laws, like eating kosher and not working on Saturday. The men who are sitting here all wear this. We call this a talit. So just like having to wear this, the kippah, men wear talit, which symbolizes that God is around you and God keeps you safe. In fact, like the kippah says, God is higher than you, God is over you. So the most important object in the synagogue was that book, that scroll, what's the name? But it is contained, kept, when it's not used, over here, in this shrine, in fact. We call it in Hebrew the Aron HaKodesh, or the Holy Ark. And this is where the Torah is kept during the week when there's no service. And unfortunately, I'm not able to open it, but believe me, it's the most holy place in the whole synagogue. So we have a weekly service in the synagogue on Shabbat, but Jewish holidays are also very important with their habits and traditions. One of the traditions is to blow the shofar, and my colleague Chris is very well in blowing the shofar during Rosh Hashanah, for example, Jewish New Year. Chris, could you tell a little bit more about the shofar and Jewish folklore and traditions?
Well, one of the story about the shofar, of course, that the shofar was blown when Abraham was about to sacrifice his son. So every time you hear the shofar, it's a warning for Abraham. Don't sacrifice your son.
We're now in a separate building, separate next to the synagogue. It's called the Rabbi's House. This is where the rabbis have their offices. But a part of this building was used since 1890 as a ritual bath or mikvah. It was used by the Jewish women after their period, after their menstruation. Because in Jewish tradition, women who menstruate are impure. They're not allowed to enter the synagogue and or to have sex. So it's very important that the women purify themselves and being able to have sex again and to enter the synagogue in these baths. There were 4 of them in the old days, before the Second World War, all separate. The women went down over 7 steps, went into the kosher water, which should be running natural water, no tap water, did a prayer, came out again, dried themselves, and went home to do whatever you can imagine. So thank you for listening to me, watching me. This was just a short summary of what I can tell about this magnificent building. I hope to see you once real here. So until that time, good luck and goodbye.